If you ever wanted to play as a zombie with 2 guns and a giant coffin that wanted to take revenge against the person that murdered you, and while it saved the world, oh boy, do I have the perfect game for you. The character you play as goes by the exquisitely ridiculous name of Beyond the Grave. It is now your job to kick the ass of an evil group called the Syndicate. So you might have noticed that the plot summary is typically short, and there's a reason for that. The plot does not go further than what I said. Sure, there's some mystery dialogue around to describe what happened in more detail, but most of the cutscenes are mostly gunfire and explosions more than actually any character development. Now, this is not a bad thing in this case. Thanks to the arcade design this game seems to follow, the game can be finished in 1 hour, and the difficulty does allow you to go through the game even quicker. The game leads to the easy side more than is actually reasonable, especially considering a lot of the boss fights are sometimes easier than the stage we're walking through to face them. But I'm mentioning is an activity you will do a lot in this game. You will probably break your square button by the end of the game. Thankfully, the combat is mostly very fun, and the amount of enemies thrown at you always keeps you occupied. Most of the enemies are basically punching back, filled with explosions. These seem to come from a mass-produced factory where they copy paste them all over the place. The majority of the enemy design is just dull or simply generic, although there's quite a couple of them that are certainly special. The levels are certainly there. They basically serve as a great way to shoot enemies through. They are designed as linear as humanly possible, so you'll have your full attention on the enemies without ever getting lost. Solid little hallway-like levels are joined with a claustrophobic design. This in return can be a pain when it comes to combat, since the camera removes itself away from the action and gets stuck in places you don't want it to be. To finish off this very short video, the game is a lot of fun. If you can ignore the problems, I personally think it's worth doing so. It's a very short and easy game, but the mindless gameplay can be truly enjoyable.